What's up, what's going on, legends? It's your boy Errl Shatter here, and in today's video we're going to be talking Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Today our video is going to be focused on skill-based matchmaking, as it is a huge topic right now. It is actually even trending on Twitter with almost 100,000 tweets, which is absolutely insane. It's the biggest upset I've ever seen as far as, matchmaking is concerned, and in the community. I don't think I've ever seen it go this far or even be talked about this much. But before we jump into the rest of the video, if you guys do enjoy this content anytime, make sure to show your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. Let's go ahead and throw that easy goal of 20 likes on today's video, as well as if you guys are interested in finding a way back to the channel for more Call of Duty Cold War content and also Modern Warfare and Warzone in the meantime, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Alright, so like I said, today we're talking skill-based matchmaking. Now, the reason that this topic is coming up so early in the development of Black Ops Cold War, or at least while we have hands-on with the alpha, is because so far we are on day 2 of being able to play the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War alpha, and people are already seeing signs of skill-based matchmaking being implemented. Now, it is very disappointing to see that we are only playing an alpha version of the game, and they felt it was necessary to already put this into their matchmaking system. Now, there is no real data at this point. Obviously, we don't have the ability to do, in-depth testing on whether or not skill-based matchmaking is here, but we can get a pretty good idea just based on the experiences we have. So I do want to say, although there isn't a huge amount of solid data to be shown today in this video, I do want to just talk about how things feel and overall how the community so far has felt about this implementation, at least being in the alpha so far. Now, when you jump into the Cold War beta for the first time, the first 5 matches or so that you're going to be playing in are absolutely incredible. It feels like old school Call of Duty. The matchmaking, kind of felt a little bit more balanced. You were running into noobs. You were also running into a couple good people as well. The experience was overall extremely fun, but after, playing a couple of solid, matches, the matchmaking slowly changed, and that, by the time that you've played for a couple of hours, you're then just running into people of your skill level or close to. Now, a lot of people out there are like, why is this bad? Don't you want to play against good players? It's like, everybody wants to have a good time. When it comes to casual Call of Duty, or public matches, I should say, there should never be a point where skill-based matchmaking should be implemented, at least not to the extent that it is so far. Now, it is extremely strict, extremely strong so far here in the alpha. We had the same issue with Modern Warfare, and honestly, it's going to be the one thing that ruins this game if they don't make some adjustments. Modern Warfare, although had 6v6 and 10v10, most players didn't even enjoy playing regular multiplayer, and that's just because of the change in matchmaking up until this point. Back in the day, I remember jumping into 6v6, didn't even really have, the same access to ground war as we do now. There was still some ground war, but it wasn't even the main focus that people played. A lot of people just enjoyed playing the regular 6v6 modes, getting into matches. Sometimes you play against good players, sometimes you play against, lesser skilled players. The variety was there, and you just never knew what kind of match you were going to get into. Now it's just almost a guarantee that if you play well, you're going to play against a higher skill bracket, and you're going to end up feeling like you're playing ranked play, although you're supposed to be playing public matches, which are in general supposed to be casual, supposed to be able to enjoy yourself. I believe that I am an above average player. I don't, I'm not the best out there. I'm no pro player, but I do consider myself better than the majority out there. And with that being said, overall, the game just absolutely isn't fun to play anymore when you're constantly having to play against those people you should be seeing in ranked if you were to, put time into that. There should be no reason why somebody shouldn't be able to jump into some matches, just like they're claiming that lower skilled players should be able to do, and actually enjoy themselves and want to have the desire to continue to play. Nobody wants to get out there and have to sweat every single match, play with the best weapons, do, jump shot, whatever it might take in order to compete at that level. No one wants to do that every game. Sometimes it's nice to get off work or, jump on later in the evening and just kind of chill, relax, and play some casual Call of Duty. If you take a look at the history of Call of Duty Modern Warfare throughout its life cycle so far, people typically stray away from playing regular multiplayer at all. Most people jumped into ground war as it felt like the skill-based matchmaking was just not implemented as strongly in that mode. And then as soon as it became available, most people actually even transitioned to Warzone before, Warzone started showing signs of skill-based matchmaking as well. Overall, these formulas only help lower skilled players, and in reality, they don't help them much at all, because if you're getting on the game and you're playing constantly, getting into these lobbies that are kind of catering towards your skill level, you're never going to actually improve at the game, and you're overall just having a false sense of fun, just period. So it's like, say you're going out there and you're actually trying to improve. The more you improve, the harder the lobbies you're going to get into. the less likely it's going to feel like you've made any improvements whatsoever. So overall, it's bad for the experience no matter who the player type is, and it overall should be more enjoyable across the board. Should they completely remove skill-based matchmaking? I don't know that that would be the complete solution. However, I think it should be definitely toned down quite a bit. You should be able to have a lot more variety in the matches you run into. As a lower skill player, you know, back in Call of Duty 4, I jumped in, I was getting beat down, people were calling in attack choppers, but it was those moments that actually influenced me to become a better player and overall made me want to improve. And throughout the years playing Call of Duty, I then adapted, improved, and became a above average skill player, and allowed me to take people out, be able to call in more streaks, and overall just kind of pub stomp, as they like to say, against the other players that I'm playing against. Today's game is just a mixed version of rank play. The fact that they've already implemented this into the alpha means that it's likely going to be really strong coming to release. This will overall kill the game for Black Ops Cold War. There will be only lower skilled players enjoying it. Everybody that's actually put time and effort into actually becoming a reasonably good player, they're going to burn out quickly. They're not going to have any interest, just because overall it's not fun to keep playing against the same people of your skill level unless you're choosing rank play and expecting to go out there and sweat your life out. There should be some sort of casual play to the game no matter what your skill level is, and skill-based matchmaking is completely taking away from that. Like I said, it's not something that we can completely prove that's in the game, but based on the experience of jumping into the alpha early on, playing the first few matches, actually, you know, playing well, and then seeing the lobbies transform as you were continuing to play, it's just overall a very disappointing thing to see. It is an alpha. It shouldn't even matter whether or not people are getting beat down. They should have used this as a form of testing whether or not lower skilled players would remain playing, even playing against random, you know, higher skilled players throughout their lobbies. It would have been a great time for them to test these things, see what kind of feedback they get, and instead of just implementing a system, putting it in really strongly, and overall making their higher skilled, above average, and even some of their average players feel like this game is just not going to be fun in the long term. From a business standpoint, I understand exactly why skill-based matchmaking has been implemented into Call of Duty. They want the lower skill players to have fun. They want them to feel like they can, you know, jump into the game and not get their teeth kicked in all the time, in order to get those players to spend more money on microtransactions and overall play the game in more long term. Skill-based matchmaking is something that I hope that we see get adjusted for not only Call of Duty, but any game that it's ever been implemented into. And I have high hopes that it's a chance in the future that they're going to do some things to make this quite a bit better, as it's just overall not good for the long term of the game, and they're overall going to kill their player base and their games by having this. Now, I know a lot of you out there may not necessarily agree with the standpoints a lot of us have with skill-based matchmaking, and do understand that everybody's, you know, allowed to have their own opinion. If you're one of those players that say it's not fair for higher skilled players to just beat you down all the time, or that higher skilled players only want to play against bad players, that's not the case. People just want more variety. People want to be able to feel like they can play casually as well, and casual, fun gameplay should not only be available to the players that don't play as much as others. Now, that's going to be my rant for today's video. Let's just hope that this doesn't continue into the full launch of the game. Hopefully they do some tweaks. Hopefully they see what kind of uproar has been brought up. Like I said, almost 100,000 tweets have been made in the last day and a half over skill-based matchmaking. They have officially made the community, you know, stand up and speak what they have to say. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. But that's going to wrap things up for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully they don't ruin Black Ops Cold War with skill-based matchmaking, and we can all enjoy the game this year. But I just want to appreciate you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support of the channel, and I hope I see you all in the next one. Peace!